I was looking forward to Zomboid too.
Yeah,
Looking forward to it.
Lost Joke's turn.
So I saw a video making fun of Star Trek Picard and how they're explaining why Guinan looks old in season 2.
I've seen that exact video.
And
And it's
Um,
a stupid excuse.
it is. It doesn't make any sense at all. So, Lostook, you know about Guinan, right? You know she's a Elorian and they live a very long time, like they don't age
yes,
for a very long time. So of course, she's played by Whoopi Goldberg. Um, Whoopi Goldberg does age, and she has quite a bit. Um, and well, honestly, she's not the greatest of people. So I don't I don't really care. Uh, so they're trying to explain away why she looks old in Captain Picard, or in the Picard series that only takes place, what, like 30 years after. And her excuse was something like, it turns out that Elorians can look old if they want to. Uh, and she decided to start looking old because people around her were like, she wanted to look old like the people around her, I guess. But it's like,
It's actually that she chose to age.
yes, she chose to age. Um,
so what's Q's excuse?
specifically, she chose to age specifically because she wanted to fit in more. But it's like she's been around for like what, 500-600 years. Like, why now? Why do it now and not 500 years ago, back in the 1800s or whatever? It's I don't know. It was dumb. It was really
Because
dumb.
her friend Jean-Luc is a small-minded individual who will feel uncomfortable if she looks the same
Yeah.
while he looks old.
It's Craig's turn.
Mm. Oh, this joke. Now we take from this.
So what's Q's excuse?
I don't
He
know.
also wanted to age. Being immortal is overrated.
He's still immortal, though. It's just a visual override for him.
He's going through a phase.
I could see Q looking older just to match Picard, just to like fuck with him. Of course, I could also see him looking younger just to fuck with him too. So
I mean, that's what he did, though. He, in one episode, just appeared to Picard as an old man.
yeah.
close your ears if you care about Picard spoilers.
I
Guinan
don't
also
care.
just didn't notice that Picard is an android now.
I feel like if anyone is going to notice, it would be Guinan.
Yeah.
Do I want to take this road or city?
Where you're going, you don't need roads.
I kind of don't. I don't want to take that right now.
So I was looking around on Netflix looking for something to watch, and I learned that they just remade the entirety of Mewtwo Strikes Back.
Yes, they did. With the CG animation too. With like 3D CG animation. I don't know why. I have no idea why. Because I guess that's what kids like nowadays. They don't like the old 2D stuff. Nice. Uh... You gonna fight me for the city? And connect our two cities? Yeah. Nice. I've heard it's basically exactly the same too. Like they
It
didn't do
looks
like anything
from
different.
the preview, it's shot for shot the same movie, just CG. I was like, why even bother?
Yeah, I don't know why. Why does Nintendo do anything that it does? It's your turn, Lost Joke. I read today that apparently Nintendo has been DMCA takedowning any videos related to showing Switch emulator use on the Steam Deck specifically. I mean, I would assume they do it for anything, but apparently specifically the Steam Deck, which they're not really supposed to be able to do because it's not inherently illegal to have an emulator or to use an emulator.
And the Steam Deck kinda has Dolphin on it.
Yeah. Um,
Replace this monastery without putting a guy on it.
not me. Trying to figure if I want to put a nah. So basically, Nintendo is throwing their weight around in a way that they shouldn't be allowed to do, which is something that they do a lot, to be honest. And people still love them. I don't know why. I don't know why people just still love Nintendo as a company. Like, I can understand liking the games. I can understand having fun with the games because they are generally decent games. But
Hey Mario, your
as a
hat looks a
company,
little off skew. Hold on, what's this? Mouse ears.
Nintendo is pretty bad right now. Not definitely not the worst. Like there are worse companies, but like you don't have to be the worst company to be a bad company.
It's a me. Oh.
Remember that you only get points from farmers if they're completed cities. Well, I guess you get some at the end if they're not completed, but or do you? I can't remember.
I don't remember. I think you get partial points no matter what.
Bold of you to assume that I'm playing with a plan.
You know, as lackluster as Boba Fett was, I'm still actually looking forward to more Star Wars TV stuff. Like, it ain't bad. It's certainly better than the sequels.
Not a high bar.
No, it's not a high bar, but like, it's very watchable. Boba Fett was definitely a bit of a stumbling block, I think, but otherwise, it's been good. I like Mando. I like what it's building towards. I'm looking forward to the Ahsoka show. I'm a little bit bummed that Rangers of the New Republic was canceled, thanks to stupid lady who couldn't keep her goddamn mouth shut to keep a job, a high-paying job. She had to continue being an asshole. Um, don't really give a shit about Andor, Cassian Andor. I feel like Rogue One could have been, it could have been better if they had not done the ending that they did. If they had not just killed everybody off. Spoilers, but honestly, if you care, you would have seen the movie by now. I'm sorry, we would have. And I know that apparently in the original like script or something like that, they didn't kill everybody off at the end. But it's like, I don't know. Do we need a Cassian Andor prequel series? like
No.
like we already got, like, he had his character development in the movie and it was decent. Like, don't get me wrong, the movie was fine. I don't like it as much as some other people do, but it's fine.
It was just decent, but none of the characters were really memorable.
Yeah.
It was like a decent war movie with non-memorable characters.
I have a little bit of a grudge against the movie only because basically erases Kyle Katarn from existence.
Yeah, it's a downside.
Who?
Kyle Katarn, Lost Joke. Are you with the new canon or the old canon? You better pick. You better pick your side.
I picked none side. I choose the side of chaos.
I find it weird that more of the Old Republic stuff is being put into canon than any of the other like EU stuff. Like, I can understand wanting to erase some of the EU stuff. Not all the EU stuff was great, and a lot of it was contrary to itself. Like there were weird things happening in EU by the time it was erased, but like I don't know. They could get a little bit more of it. Get more of it going. I would be more interested in Cassian Andor if he didn't die. Cassian Andor could be like a almost be like a replacement for Carcassonne. But in order to do that, he would need to, be alive and able to actually have further character development.
He could be alive. They could decide that he survived.
No, I'm pretty sure they're like very dead. They're like exploded. Like they're vaporized. Like there's not even any bodies.
You don't know that. He could just force Ghost into like a droid body.
He could. You know what? Fair enough. Fair enough. I don't think that Cassian Andor had any force abilities, but
The Force is in all things, all living beings.
what was his midichlorian count?
2.
Not a lot. That's not a lot.
They could put him in a droid
were really-
body
they were-
because
they were really
he has
big
Irumodic
midichlorians.
syndrome.
Yeah, that's right. He has Irumodic syndrome, and Dr. Sung's androids put him in a droid body in order to save his life. But they still made the droid body like look old and decrepit
An old man
and
that
weak.
is also going to die.
Yeah.
In the same amount of time.
You need to skip or place.
Oh. Yeah.
Did you know that Michael Burnham is the first black female captain in Star Trek?
I heard that. Amazing.
Oh shit.
Just keep racking up all those firsts.
It's what was that? I was reading a comment on that video. It's like it kind of feels like it's racist to have Discovery take claim of all these firsts when like they've already been done like decades ago.
It is.
No, see, the people that remember that stuff are old and senile or probably dead.
They don't count. They don't count because they were probably racist too, and sexist.
Anyone who remembers that is racist. So
yeah,
you can't dispute the record. Yeah, whatever. We gotta get a ring road going.
You know what else I found really annoying about Netflix, and I'm confused as to why?
Why?
They have Ninja Turtles 2, 3, and TMNT.
They don't have the first one.
They don't have the first one, and I find it really frustrating.
You know who does have the first one?
Who?
YouTube. I think you have to pay for it though. You think you have to pay like $3 for it.
That or watch free with ads. That's another thing they do.
The first one is the best one too. I mean, second one is fine. Third one is wacky but watchable. But the first one was great.
It's watchable.
Man, it makes me feel like watching the first one now.
See, get on it, Netflix. What the hell?
I quit Netflix years ago when I wanted to watch stuff in 4K and I wasn't allowed to because I didn't have like a protected device like a Roku or something to use. They just said, no, fuck you. You want to watch stuff on your computer, you can't watch stuff in 4K.
Yeah. Trying to see if they have it. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, buy or rent? How much is it? Buy or rent? Yes, buy or rent. That's fine, but how much? It's like, tell me. Okay, buy and rent. Sure. Tell me. Rent $3.99 for HD version.
Your turn, Mark.
Uh, let's close this off.
Our city is shaping up to be like a cool bird of prey shape.
There we go. Yeah, it looks pretty
If
cool.
it becomes symmetrical. Which yeah, I can't put that in.
It could still happen. It might happen. Star Trek is one of those properties. I'm just not sure why they never really made a really good game. Like there have been a few decent ones. Like I think Bridge Commander was pretty good, considered to be good. The point and click like adventure games, they're considered to be pretty good. But like a lot of Star Trek games are kind of not great. And it's like why? Why is
Because
that?
being smart isn't sexy.
That's true. I mean, I can see how it might be hard to get a real Star Trek feeling going in a video game because you would have to be essentially like a BioWare kind of deal where you have like a lot of dialogue options.
Make the ring road.
Craig, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm tempted to finish the city and leave it asymmetrical.
Oh, you could also finish my city.
No. I mean, I could also put it like right here, but you know what? Screw it. I'll put it right there. Do I want to put anything in there? For now, no. I mean, Elite Force was fine. It was decent as a game. I wouldn't necessarily call it a good Star Trek game because it's pretty much just kill everything that you see. There's not a lot of non-violence in Elite Force 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I mean, the tagline is set phasers to frag. So that's the kind of game that it is. And there's nothing wrong
Oh,
with that kind of game, but
it could be during the war in Deep Space Nine.
I would honestly say that
Well, it
a
probably is,
war.
but it takes place across the galaxy and the people involved don't know there's a war, so
I mean, I would also say that a war happening as like the central focus of a show or property is not necessarily great Star Trek. Star Trek is supposed to be about, peace and exploring and finding commonalities with weird alien species and
I got a
fucking them.
commonality. It's called setting my phaser to maximum.
Set your phaser to frag. Can you imagine
yeah,
if there
Deep
was
Space
a
Nine.
yeah?
But
I
Deep
was just
Space
gonna
Nine worked because it was Um, it was like going against that a little bit, just to explore it. Like, what if this peaceful civilization had to fight a war,
Yeah,
had
it
no
worked.
other choice?
It worked as an exception. It worked as like, what if
Yeah,
it's not? But ever since then, it's all been wars, wars, wars.
yeah.
I don't know where to put this. Um, I'll risk it, I guess. I want more just problem of the week stuff.
Problem of the week. It almost sounds like there's always something going on in the galaxy.
And it's not just a war. Like if there is a war in the show, I want the main crew and cast to be acting as mediators for like a couple of episodes and then find a nice solution, or turn it over, don't find a solution, but they have to move on because that's their job. That would actually be fine with me. That would be an interesting ending to like a short like arc about some alien war. Like they try to stop it, but they just can't, and so they can't spend all their time there, so they leave.
Has to be some sort of resolution, though, or it wouldn't work as a story.
Well, it could be more of a character piece. There could be like a character development kind of thing. Focus on a character growing through it. Like maybe one of those it'll be one of those things where they deeply care about the war, and they are almost ready to like give up their career to like stay behind and try to see what they can do to fix it. And they kind of have to be convinced that you know it's not really your job, and like we tried, but it's not our place necessarily to stop, forcibly stop their war or to spend that much time. And they kind of have to learn how to be okay with failure.
Yeah.
Why don't they hire me? I can make some nice stories.
Would you be okay with your face's failure?
It's okay. I'd be a writer. They don't have to see my face at all. uh I mean, at least I do a better job than anyone currently writing for Trek. I can very confidently say that.
Yeah.
Mm. Did you hear that they're moving ahead with a starting production on a Quantum Leap reboot?
I think I heard that a while ago.
But it's probably gonna suck because they're gonna like ruin it somehow. They have so
Yeah.
many things that they could do to make it good, and yet they're not gonna do any of them. Because this is the same production that makes Star Trek, I think. CBS, I think, not Paramount, but still. Not necessarily like same like crew or anything, but just the same company. Yay! Thank you, Lost Joke. I would really love to like continue the city or like finish it, but I don't think it's gonna happen, Craig.
You're in your city into a big dick.
Hell no. I want my city to be upside down Australia, which oddly enough would be right set up. Like pretty much the only thing that they could do to make it so that the quantum leap is any kind of decent is to have it be his like daughter and have him come in as like an Al replacement somehow. That would be kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah, but if they made that show today, the daughter would be a Mary Sue and he would be a toxic father.
That's true. She would like blame him and he would accept all the blame for being a bad father even though he wasn't like ever around. But that's why, right? That's why he was a bad father, right?
And the show would portray him as a bad father, but the actual events would uh, be dissonant to that.
Yeah.
So your brain would hurt just watching it.
Because I mean, as far as we know, Sam Beckett was like a good guy. He had a wife. I can't remember if they actually said that he had a daughter or not, but he did have a wife. And she was, she still loved him. And it's like he didn't mean to, disappear and never come back. It wasn't really his choice. But they'll make it so that it was like, oh, he could have decided not to go into the machine, but he's a bad person, so he did. Never mind all the like hundreds of people that he helped. Never mind the fact that he probably like saved the world a couple of times, at the very least.
Did it all for his own ego, though.
Yeah, he did it all for his own ego. That's right. Just like dumb old Captain Picard. Man, what an asshole! What an asshole Captain Picard and Sam Beckett are.
Yeah. The piece of shit. He didn't save the Romulans from that supernova.
Yeah,
Asshole. He left them to die on purpose. Last joke is playing the meme strategy.
What is the meme strategy?
Um, farmers in ring roads.
Is it a meme strategy?
Yeah. He also snuck a competing farmer into my field. I see that.
did he?
Yeah.
Where?
Look.
I think yours is less of a farmer, more like some weird wilderness hobo who lives next to the river.
He lives in a van down by the river.
There are no vans in Carcassonne, only wagons.
Wagon is a van.
Vans haven't invented yet.
It's a covered wagon.
Carcassonians don't know
I
what a
think
van is.
I think van is actually kind of an old word, isn't it?
You're an old
It
word.
is. Comes from caravan. And caravans were made up of wagons.
Time to look it up. Early 19th century, shortening of caravan. Where did the word van originate? Van, meaning a type of vehicle, arose as a contraction of the word caravan. The earliest records of a van as a vehicle in English are in the mid-19th century, meaning a covered wagon for transporting goods. The earliest reported record of such was in 1829. Caravan, with the same meaning, has records since the 1670s. There you go. There's your daily etymology factoid.
Is it daily?
It should be. Should have one of those calendars that like teaches you a new word every day. Problem is, I know most of those words. I already know most of those words. I just don't use them. My my vocabulary, like as far as words I know, is pretty vast, but my vocabulary as far as words I use is actually very small.
I'll show you something very small.
Please, please do.
Peanut.
Oh, I saw a God, what was the movie? Uh, it's a new movie starring Michelle Yeoh and um Short Round from Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. All grown up. That actually looks really interesting, and now I don't remember what it was called. I can look it up. Nice. Uh,
Right here.
now put it over here.
Just to be
Dare you.
difficult.
It's not listed on her IMDb. Pretty sure it's her that's in it.
I am your DB.
Hot.
Searching for Temple of Doom on IMDb does not give me Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. I have to search for Indiana Jones, and then it will bring it up.
You have to say the whole thing like a Tribe Called Quest.
Uh, Craig, move your board, will you?
There's only one right answer for this.
Yeah.
You could have finished one of your own cities with that.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Congratulations.
I
You
played
played
myself.
yourself.
I played myself. I did. I did play myself. I'm not. I'm too. I'm too worried about finding this friggin' movie.
Continue the ring.
What, Ray? No. I don't want.
Everything, Everywhere, All at Once is the name of the movie. Some kind of weird like multiverse thing. But it looks kind of cool. And it has data in it. Not Star Trek data. Goonies data.
That's why you have to specify the actor.
Actor.
There is no Brent Spiner. I know someone. I was speaking to someone in another group, and they have these weird moments where they've actually met like the actors of Star Trek's Next Gen, totally unintended. When they were a kid, they got lost from their mom in a grocery store, and the person that found them and brought them to their mother was Brent Spiner.
Nice. Let's here wait, before I press end game. Let's make predictions. Who is going to win? Do you think?
Oh no, I think it might be Merg.
It could be Craig. Honestly, it could actually be Craig. I think Craig has a chance. I think Craig has a real chance.
Merg has a server host advantage always.
I don't know if that counts. What do you think, Craig?
Well, I have a pretty good farmer. Last Joke has the same farmer, but he also has a bunch of meme farmers that are going to score 0.
All right.
And I do have several incomplete things, so I don't know.
Let's see. Apparently, I was also part of that. Didn't realize.
Given that you were ahead, I'm going to guess that you win.
That same person who was found by Brent Spiner was also out another day with their mother, and I guess there was a convention going on because they were out there and just saw Patrick Stewart, so they had a nice conversation about food.
Huh. Patrick Stewart would scare me. Like, if I saw him out and about, I would be too intimidated. I don't know. I feel like Patrick Stewart is one of those guys you really have to approach like a specific way, and if you don't, he'll just get like annoyed with you and just.
He, as I'm told by this person, was actually just very pleasant.
I mean, I don't think he'll be an asshole to you or anything. It's just one of those things where I think I don't know, it's one of the things they say never meet your hero, right? Like I love Patrick Stewart, but I think I would annoy him more than anything.
He's an old man. He's very tired.
That's true. I won, I guess.
Yeah.
Surprising no one.
You're not allowed to flip the table if you win.